Why we are all addicts. What is addiction? How is addiction changing our culture? The idea of addiction is something that is not new to our society. However, the understanding of addiction has been changing as our culture has changed. When we look at different cultures throughout history, addiction was seen as a vice and people who were addicted to substances were looked down upon. Nowadays, more people are starting to understand that addiction is not just a choice and it can be caused by many different factors. This change in perspective has led to many changes in how we think about addiction and how it affects those who are addicted to substances. Addiction is not just a problem for those who use drugs or alcohol, but it can affect anyone who has an addictive personality. This includes those who have addictive personalities with respect to food, shopping, gambling, or sex. The word addiction can be used in a technical sense or in a colloquial sense. In the technical sense, an addiction is described as a pathological dependency on a drug or behavior that interferes with various life functions, causes negative consequences, and is accompanied by withdrawal symptoms when use ceases. Colloquially, the term addiction refers to habitual behaviors. Youth at risk. An estimated 27% of children who spend 3 or more hours a day on social media exhibit symptoms of poor mental health. Overuse of social networking sites is much more problematic in children and young adults because their brains and social skills are still developing. Research has shown that adolescents who habitually use social media from a young age have severely stunted social interaction skills. Despite the fact that users are interacting with each other on these platforms, many of these types of interactions don't necessarily translate well to the real world. Studies have found that these individuals have worsened social anxiety in groups, higher rates of depression, negative body image, and lowered levels of empathy and compassion toward others when surveyed. How can you decrease social media use? Whether you have social media addiction, or are just on your apps more than you need to be, the good news is there are ways you can help decrease your overall use. Consider the following tips to help you achieve a healthier balance with social media. Turn off your personal phone during work, as well as during school, meals, and recreational activities. You can also adjust the setting on each social media app, so you can turn off certain notifications. Set aside a certain amount of time dedicated to social media per day. Turn on a timer to help keep you accountable. Leave your phone, tablet, and computer out of your bedroom. Take up a new hobby that's not technology related. Examples include sports, art, cooking classes, and more. Make it a point to see your friends and family in person when possible.